The first step to following your heart is asking the big questions. You cannot, well, in my experience, you cannot get to the big answers without the big questions. The big questions that you would ask someone dead or living how they lived their lives, how they created their legacy and their leadership and just the robustness. You have to require to ask yourself those questions. And they can show up like, what's the most fun thing I can do today? I've got to do something that's really hard. How can I make it easier? How can I make it fun? How can I make it exciting? How can I get excited about this thing that I got to do that I don't want to do? What's going to light me up? What's going to set my soul on fire? And what's my legacy? That question is the one question that continually opens up my entire life. It's that one question that had me leave the fashion industry because I knew that that was not the legacy that I wanted. I didn't want it to end there. I knew that that was just the beginning. That was just the door opening, but it wasn't where I was ultimately going to end up. And it's not an easy question to ask. And I learned that I didn't need to answer it either. Because when you allow yourself to ask the big questions, you know that you're supported. And if you know that you're supported, then people, places, and things, and you go on the interwebs and that question that only you ask yourself is right there for you. And you're like, wait a minute, how did that happen? Because you allowed yourself to just let it live, and that's the space that I live in. I live in the question, and I've allowed myself to really play with the what ifs, because when I was a little girl, I used to be that kid that always said, what if? What if? What if? And then I was taught not to think that way anymore. But I am happy to say that I'm getting back to that little girl, and I'm getting back to play, because play for me shows up as a question, because it's wonder. It's possibility. There's nothing more delicious than possibility for me. So what's going to be the most exciting thing? What's the most fun thing? What's the most playful thing? How can I do this thing that I may not even want to do right now? But I gotta put on my adult hat, and that's who I have to be in this moment, so that I can get back to playing, the important stuff. Because I've allowed myself to play in the kitchen, because I love food. I love everything about it. I love the way it grows. I love where it grows. I love who picks it. I love the idea of like farm to table. I love, cutlery and color on the table and color on your plate and different vegetables. I love all of it. I love the eating of it. I love the when people are eating my food. I love it all, hands down. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I could read. People read fashion magazines. I could read food magazines for days. Like, you get the picture. So because I do that, and because I like to share what it is that I find, because I like to be a little bit of an investigator, and I like to really cut through the bull, what's the bottom line? Like, what do the people need to know? And so upon me doing that, I've had people requesting of me to be their cooking coach. So I arrive on the scene, I go to retreats, and I'm cooking for people, and I'm showing them how they can have this experience in their house more and again, and how easy it is. I take them shopping, and just show them how to just really empower themselves, because this is manna. This is manna for your body, your soul, and your mind. It just feeds you from the inside out. Like, all your cells get happy, and that just makes me happy just to talk about it. And so I continually get clients from that arena, even though that's not what's something that I'm trained to do, but it's something that I love to do. And that's the most important thing. Asking yourself, what's going to light me up? So whenever I'm in that kitchen, I get my downloads. You know, a lot of people say, oh, when I go on my workout and I'm taking a shower, or I wish I had one of those like erase boards in the shower because I get big ideas there. I get that in the kitchen. So ask yourself those big questions, and I will forevermore be asking myself questions, always questions, because that's when my heart just opens up and continues to open up.